First of all, I'd like to thank everyone who came to our game on Saturday. It was a big event, obviously a basketball game, but also a Play for K game, much larger than just the game of basketball. And I was very happy that we were able to honor 17 breast cancer survivors here in the arena. And that's something that I hope we can grow, as it is unfortunately a disease that affects way too many of us. But I'm very thankful for those who came and supported the bigger cause, not just the women's basketball game. That being said, difficult game for us, difficult little stretch, and it doesn't get any easier. But I do like those of us who are in the room, both the coaches and the players. The attention to detail and the desire to improve has always been there, and I expect it to continue.
Some positives that you're taking away from the last two games this past week?
Gosh, I think at USD, I think Anna Good Hope really showed her energy and what she is capable of, being a young player and having some struggles in the fall. Is she as far along as some of the other freshmen? No. But I do like the energy that she's giving us, the confidence that she's displaying more and more. She's very vocal and she's much more confident in her voice. So she's somebody who I think has done well in this stretch. We talk a lot about Riley Nudell and wanting her to be more aggressive. I think her aggressiveness showed in her desire to shoot the ball. She had two great looks at threes, made both of them, versus Oral Roberts. I think that's another step in the right direction for our team, but also for her. Just her confidence is growing. So I see those two kids as being positives that don't always get talked about.
What's not happening in the last 5 games that was happening in the previous 3?
I think those previous 3 games we were much more selfless. I wouldn't go as far as saying we are selfish right now, but there's a difference between caring more about setting your teammates up or having your teammates back or making your teammates' job easier than taking the easy route during adversity. And I think that's the biggest difference right now, that we are faced with some adversity, and it's difficult for young players, for players who are playing a lot of minutes, to fight through that adversity and still give of themselves to their teammates for the betterment of the team. And that's something that, we struggled with at different times last year and this year. And I think part of that comes with the youth, some with the inexperience, but it's the adversity that we're facing and being able to handle that in a positive way.
How do you address that? Is there any way to correct that?
If there was a drill to do it, we'd be doing it and it wouldn't be an issue. I think part of it is conversation, individual conversation and team conversation, but it's also the leadership of our squad, whether it's the captains, whether it's the starters, whether it's the high energy kids, of holding each other accountable and pointing it out when it happens. And again, that's inconsistent. It's there, and it's our job as coaches to encourage those who are doing it to hold their teammates accountable. So we're a work in progress.
Most of the season you've had 10 players available, but sometimes you've had 9, sometimes you've even had 8, and for the most part 6 of those have been freshmen who aren't used to playing this kind of a schedule, aren't used to this practice schedule. It's very demanding on them, and that can lead to a lot of heavy legs. We've seen it especially with Sarah Jacobson. With the bye week this week, sort of with a Saturday off, do you build in an extra day off in your routine for them this week just to give them a little extra rest for the home stretch?
Yes. Dave talked a lot about the routine. And so our routine is to take Monday off, practice Tuesday, Wednesday, play Thursday. But yesterday was very much of an individual day. And so some people did have an extra day off. Some people did get in the ice bath. Some people did get extra shots up. So yesterday was very unique into what each kid needed. We'll do the same thing next weekend. We'll have practices, but it'll again take advantage of the bye to get some of those legs refreshed as much as you can, given it's the 3rd week or 4th week of January.